our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The University of Guelph would like to acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph resides, and to offer respect to our Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationship with them. The word Canada comes from the Algonquin word Kanata. It means village. It's a way of being together, a way of recognizing our radical interconnections. It is living as though all human beings are our neighbors, people from the east, the west, the north, the south, all related, all interconnected. And that interconnection is in a very real way experienced on this day of convocation. All the people who cross the stage today do so recognizing this integrated community. And so we and they give thanks for family, for people who support them, not just as those who might say, you've got this great opportunity, now don't blow it, but rather as those who love, those who support, those who encourage, those who care, and those who pay the bills. We might say thank you to the professors, not because they are tyrants asking yet for another paper, but rather as fellow human beings, sharing their knowledge, their skill, their art, their wisdom. We would give thanks to the university support staff, including physical resources, not as shadows who pass by without being seen or seeing, but rather as people who care about providing a safe and a hospitable environment for living and for learning. And we would give thanks to fellow students, not as competitors, but rather as travelers along the road who offered us nourishment on the way. And so this is a time of thanksgiving. We give thanks to all that is sacred to us in a spirit of love one to the other. Amen.
You may please be seated. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of the board, fellows, faculty and staff of the university, family and friends, and of course, graduating students. I'm delighted to welcome you all today to the celebration of convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Serge Desmarais, and I'm the university's Associate Vice President Academic, and it is truly an honor for me to open this ceremony on behalf of the university. Convocation is a very special day when the university celebrates its students' achievements by reaching backward in time, using the costumes and spectacle of nearly 1,000 years to honor the achievement of our graduating class. It is therefore my pleasure to be the first to formally congratulate you, our graduates, on your significant achievement. I encourage you to take this moment, and in fact this entire day, to reflect upon where you've been, the friends you've made, the experiences you've had, both good and bad, which led you to this new degree. Think of how different you are now from the time where you first entered the university. You should feel exceptionally proud of what you've accomplished. Of course, achievements of this sort do not happen without the help and guidance of many people, many of whom are here today, family, friends, and mentors, whose support, care, and advice have contributed to your success. So please, join me in thanking them all. We come together today to celebrate an important transition in your life. Many of you may think that this convocation is actually the end of a process, with the days of studying, exams, and assignment now over. I certainly did when I was sitting in your place, but the years that have passed by have taught me otherwise. Your process of learning did not begin here at the University of Guelph, nor will it end today when you walk across the stage. Today is just the beginning of a lifelong process during which education will play a central role. In these days of rapid development, with a worldview more global than ever, constant re-education will become essential, and the skills you acquired here at the University of Guelph have provided you with the capacity to learn more, to adapt to a changing world, and to be a wise consumer of knowledge. We certainly hope that the education you've received at this university, both inside and outside of class, is one that has opened your eyes to the complexity of life and to the multitudes of perspectives based on culture, upbringing, and experience. We hope that we have given you a glimpse of a greater knowledge of the world around us, of how humans interact with each other for both good and bad, of art and science and history, of the importance of caring for those around us and the planet we live on, and of all those other things you have learned and researched and studied. Remember that your education has provided you with opportunities and responsibility. On one hand, it allows you the capacity to take advantage of opportunities that serve your personal goals. On the other hand, it highlights your social responsibility to play an important role in civil society, whether local, national, or international. The world needs you to help resolve serious societal issues. We need you to make informed decisions that can take into account the complexity of a global world. We definitely need you to apply your knowledge and energy to address increasingly complex social issues. But of course, dealing with these important problems will not be easy. Many of us feel that a single person's effort will not resolve the complexity of the world's problem. But if not you, if not us, then who will be responsible? Your university education has provided you with critical skills to answer complex questions. It has provided you with ways to research, communicate, inform, and influence. It is now up to you to put this knowledge to good use and to make your mark on the world around you. Be involved and make your mark on the world. And as you make that mark, remember that the University of Guelph has become a small part of who you are and that you have become part of our collective history. Your association with the University of Guelph is lifelong. Know that you are always welcome to return, to visit, to learn more, to continue sharing in this vibrant community of learning. We are proud of your achievements and, on behalf of the entire University of Guelph, I offer you my personal congratulations and best wishes. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Mr. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it is my great privilege to present to you Dr. Vijay Singh for the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Vijay Singh is a world-leading academic in water resources and environmental systems engineering. He is the Caroline and William N. Lerner Distinguished Chair in Water Engineering and a Distinguished University Professor at Texas A&M University. Dr. Singh holds a BSc in Engineering from UP Agricultural University, India, and an MSc in Water Resources Engineering here from the University of Guelph. A PhD in Civil Engineering from Colorado State University, and a Doctor of Science in Environmental and Water Resources Engineering from the University of Witwatersrand, South Africa. He has achieved international stature through his outstanding accomplishments in teaching, research, program development, and community service. Dr. Singh has more than 1,400 scholarly publications, including 22 authored books and 55 edited books on topics from fundamental hydrology and hydraulics to ecosystems management, and more than 720 refereed journal articles. He has been a driving force in the American Institute of Hydrology and served as its president. He has organized 20 international scholarly conferences. He has served as editor-in-chief of Water Science and Technology Library book series for over 25 years, as well as being on the editorial boards of 24 journals. He is a fellow of many societies, including the American Society of Civil Engineers and the American Water Resources Association, and a fellow member of 10 academies of science or engineering in Europe, Asia, and Central America. And he has served on the panels for the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the National Science Foundation, and NAFTA. What's remarkable is that Dr. Singh is also a philanthropist and giving back. In the 1990s, he designed and funded and continues to fund the construction and operation of an innovative high school in his native village in rural India. Today, it provides a first-class education to 1,500 students almost free of charge and grants 2-year technical diplomas. In 1998, he established the foundation of Engrandizement of rural areas to promote reforestation, sanitation, and public hygiene in India. Dr. Singh's many contributions are recognized with more than 64 national and international awards and honors, including 2 honorary doctorates. We are proud to claim him as an alumnus and to celebrate his academic leadership and accomplishments with an honorary degree from the University of Guelph. I now ask you, Mr. Chancellor, to confer upon Dr. Vijay Singh the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Alexis Wagner, the recipient of the W.C. Weingard Medal. The William Weingard Medal is the University of Guelph's most prestigious undergrad student convocation award and is named in honor of Dr. William C. Weingard, a former U of G president and who honors us today with his presence. This medal is awarded annually in recognition of both academic achievement and contributions to university and community life. Alex Wagner was an accomplished student, elite athlete, and a seasoned volunteer when she came to the University of Guelph as a President's Scholar. She has proved to be a model student during her 4 years of study in the School of Engineering as she continued to develop her academic abilities, her interest in research, and her outstanding leadership. She is graduating as the top academic student in engineering, having made the Dean's Honor List every semester and received numerous awards, including several international conference awards for research excellence. As a summer student, she was recruited to work with the Comparative Orthopedic Research Laboratory and the Bioproducts Discovery and Development Center. Alexis has also been a member of Guelph's field hockey team and was named a Canadian Inter-University Sport Academic All-Canadian in all 4 years. This is in addition to her leadership abilities as a team captain for Ontario's field hockey team, which she led to a national championship. She has represented her engineering peers on various committees at the school and university level, including the University of Guelph Senate, the Engineering Society, the Bioengineering Club, and the Engineering Golden Gears, a group she founded to help other students find volunteer experiences. Alexis also volunteers at the Guelph Civic Museum and with many sustainable agricultural projects, as well as helping to coach a local field hockey team. She has joined the workforce, but also plans to pursue a master's degree in public policy as it relates to food security. We are proud to have Alexis Wagner as a University of Guelph grad and recipient of this year's W.C. Weingard Medal.
The University of Guelph awards 2 silver medals from the Governor General each year for 2 graduating students with the highest cumulative average in any undergraduate degree program. We're indeed fortunate that both recipients are from our college, which I'm very proud of. One of the 2014 recipients is a graduate of the College of Physical and Engineering Science. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to presenting to you one of the recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal, Andrew Halligan. Throughout his 4 years working towards a Bachelor of Computing co-op and a minor in economics, Andrew Halligan has maintained an exceptional level of academic excellence. His achievements in computer science have been remarkable. Andrew scored a 97.5% average in computer science courses while also maintaining a 96.8% cumulative average. That's actually pretty good. Andrew earned 5 perfect scores of 100%, which is even better, in some of the most challenging computer science courses and achieved a final grade of 95% or higher in 33 courses. The School of Computer Science recognized Andrew by awarding him the Dr. Mary McLeish Scholarship, the Dr. Ted Swartz Scholarship, and the Dr. James Linder Scholarship, and the Dr. Charles Capstick Graduation Prize. As a result of his outstanding performance, Andrew has been a Dean Scholar every year since his enrollment here. He has received grades of outstanding for each of his cooperative education placements as a co-op student. While in the co-op program, he has worked as a mobile application developer at Voice on the Go, Polar Mobile, and UKN Games, and also successfully developed and released his own apps. In his final semester, Andrew contributed to open source development for Mozilla and helped make the Firefox marketplace better for millions of people. Mr. Chancellor, I am sure that you will agree that Andrew is an exemplary student and fully deserving of the Governor General's Silver Medal. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Vijay Singh, who will now give the convocation address.
Good afternoon. I think the day could not have been better. Chancellor David Murmish, President and Vice Chancellor Elster Summerly, Dean Anthony Vanelli, board members, distinguished faculty, Professor Ramesh Rudra, Professor Trevor Dickinson, Professor Ed McBean, graduates and their families and friends, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor and a distinct privilege that you have bestowed upon me by giving this opportunity to address the 2014 graduating class of the College of Physical Sciences and Engineering at the University of Guelph. First, I would like to congratulate the graduates for successfully completing their degrees and receiving their well-deserved diplomas today. Graduating from a university is one of the most memorable and happiest moments in one's life. All of you graduates should take a lot of pride and satisfaction in your accomplishments and be grateful for being blessed with the privilege of receiving your education from one of the finest universities in the world, the University of Guelph. In my travels around the globe, I find that the University of Guelph commands very high regard for its rich culture of excellence in higher education. I'm confident that you will sustain and enrich this culture. You must feel proud to become Guelph's alumni. I certainly have always felt so. Today is truly a special day in my life, and being invited to speak to you this afternoon makes it even more special. My first journey away from my home country, India, was in the fall of 1968, was to Canada, with the specific mission of pursuing graduate studies at the University of Guelph. Little did I know then how Guelph will change my life forever. It was exactly 44 years ago, almost to this day, that I sat in the graduating class of 1970 in this very hall and received my Master of Science in Engineering degree. Graduating from Guelph was much more than receiving a degree for me. My academic pursuits for less than 2 years at Guelph left an everlasting impression on me and shaped who I am today. I vividly remember my first day on campus, my first meeting with the director of the School of Engineering, Professor Hugh Ayers, my meeting with my advisor, Professor Trevor Dickinson, meeting with all the graduate students, my fellow graduate students, the classes I took, the professors who taught me, the so-called Friday evening seminars, code for meeting at a local pub, monthly wine and cheese parties on campus, the first day of snow, which I had not seen before, and the snow sculptures weeks. It was here that I made lifelong friendships, and Guelph became my second home. The 2 years that I spent were among the happiest and most important years of my life. I'm certain you will feel the same upon leaving Guelph. After graduation, some of you will pursue graduate studies, some will enter the workforce, some will volunteer to work abroad to help others, and some may even venture into establishing your own businesses. By graduating from Guelph, you have demonstrated a commitment to learning, a belief in yourself, and an admiration for the University of Guelph. Graduation is the best testimony to 7 keys to success in life. And these keys are desire, drive, determination, diligence, discipline, dedication, and devotion. I would like you to hold these keys and do with passion whatever you love to do. And I'm confident you will be successful. As you venture out into the new phase of your life, I would like you to remember 3 things. First, always remember that you are what you are because of your parents and family and friends. So always keep them in mind and stay in touch with them. They have shaped your life in every way that you can think of. They matter the most in life. This is what I personally believe in. Second, do not forget the University of Guelph and your teachers and the role they have played in shaping your professional life. The knowledge you have gained, the skills you have developed, and the friendships you have formed are the lifelong treasures that the university has bestowed upon you. For the University of Guelph, remember, you will always be one of its students, irrespective of how high you rise in your position, how much money you make, and how far your name and fame is spread. Therefore, keep connected to the university and try to be active in alumni affairs and help ensure that the University of Guelph remains as vibrant and competitive an institution for your children and their children. Third, do not forget your country. Canada is a beautiful country, famous for its beauty and vast natural resources, but most importantly, for its people. Canadians are known for their big heart and generosity, a sense of caring and giving. I do hope that you will carry on this unique, treasured legacy of your parents and your fellow Canadians. Remember, you will be the best ambassadors of your parents, the university, and the country. Inside the country, you will be identified by the university you were educated at, and then the parents and the family and the place you come from. However, outside of the country, you will first be identified by the country you come from, then the university you got your education from, and then, of course, your family. Therefore, remember, you will always represent not only yourself, but much more so. When you get settled in life and have taken care of family responsibilities, help those who need help, and serve those who are less fortunate. This is what our parents and teachers have taught us by example. Remember, the knowledge and the capabilities you have gained at Guelph are not only for your personal enrichment and development, but also for others. In Indian culture, knowledge has long been worshipped as the supreme wealth, for it is the only wealth that defies the laws of mathematics. It multiplies upon division, it adds upon subtraction, it becomes lighter upon growth, and it remains immune to stealing and control. Therefore, share it freely for the benefit of humanity and human welfare, something that Canadians are known worldwide for. As you live your life, help protect, conserve, and manage natural resources. Water, air, and soil are God's gifts. It is therefore our sacred duty to leave them in as good a shape as we got them in, if not better. We owe at least this much to future generations. As a water engineer, I would be amiss if I did not talk about water that is so critical for the economic health and well-being of human society. Access to clean drinking water, disposal of wastewater, and management of water resources are global challenges. Currently, over 1 billion people around the world lack access to safe drinking water that we so easily take for granted in Canada and the developed world, because we get it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year by simply turning the tap on. At the present time, the world water supplies are dwindling and water quality and quantity related issues are rising, especially because of burgeoning human population and looming climate change. The need to work on water at the most basic level, as well as on a global level, is very pressing indeed. I hope as you become the leaders of the world of tomorrow, you will make a commitment to help address these problems and will be good stewards of water and other natural resources. Before closing, my warmest congratulations to all the graduates once again, and may God bless you and have safe travels. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for reminding us of the importance of the resources around us and also for inspiring the graduates in terms of the important values of life. We appreciate it. Mr. Chancellor, will the graduating class now rise? Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you to admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Thank you. Will the members of the graduating class now be seated?
Just before we get started, as Dean of the College, I want to congratulate all the students that are going to be receiving their degrees in a few minutes. I want to also extend my congratulations to the parents, grandparents, friends of the family of the students. Can we all applaud each other for the great accomplishment that we've done? Okay, enough of the serious stuff. When you're at functions like these, it does get serious, especially in a wonderful environment like War Memorial. Please feel free to show your exuberance in any way you want for your daughter and son. You've paid a lot of money. You have the right to do that. Trust me. So you can do that. The only thing I would request is that you hold the applause at the end until the class has graduated. We're going to do a number of degrees. There's 6 degrees. We're going to do BA honors. We're going to do a Bachelor of Computing honors, Bachelor of Computing General. Bill Van Heist will do the Bachelor of Engineering, and I will conclude with the Bachelor of Science honors graduates and the Bachelor of Science. I believe there's 1 graduate in Environmental Science. So it's 6 degrees that will be coming forward, and I'll point to you, if you can listen to me at that point, to applaud everyone. So, but please enjoy yourself, and again, congratulations to everyone. All right. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical Engineering Science that he is admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors Program, Andrew Porter, with distinction. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Computing Honors Program. Christopher James Allen. Michael Frederick Fleming. Congratulations. Andrew Roger Halligan, with distinction. Congratulations. Benjamin Katz-Nelson. Robert Alexander Kuntsevich. Kevin Andrew Shea. Trevor Thompson. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Computing General Program. Arlene J. Colmenar. Sean Fenn. Andrew Kevin Quinn. Please join me in congratulating all the recipients of these degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honors Program. Amatul Rahman Al Abbasi. Chelsea Lynn Alexander. Rebecca Ann Alexander with distinction. Amrit Paul Stephen Singh Baines. Jordan Bronson Beardy Singh. Marco Bertucci. Guy Jordan Bogart. Jonathan Arthur Briggs with distinction. Laura Caitlin Bunce. Madeline Ann Carter. Joshua David Chan. Caroline Elizabeth Charbonneau with distinction. Mohit Chauhan. Laura Cam Christensen with distinction. Emile Campion with distinction. Benjamin John Corricorn. Angela Dang. Evan Joseph DeCoste. Jeremy Robert Dodge. Benjamin Joseph Eddy. Andrew Fours. Justin Michael Firth. Shane Gautreau. Christopher John Gertz. Clayton Jeanette. Jean Marie Gordon. Stephanie Lee Gurr. James Arthur Moody Harnum. Marcus Russell Isaac Hosius. Matthew David Jameson. Emmanuel Johnson with distinction. Melissa Elizabeth Ramus Jones with distinction. Christina Cuffle. Cassandra Raquel Large with distinction. Gladys Yuen Q. Leung. Sarah Jane Luce with distinction. Kevin Carl Lutz. Thomas Ronald McDougall with distinction. Ryan Douglas McGuire. Ryan Adam Mapletoft. Kelsey Elizabeth Marwa. Nicole Victoria Martel with distinction. As are we. Samantha L. McCabe with distinction. Connor McConnell. Graham Richard McLaughlin with distinction. Molly Michael Harrington McCrae. Harris Motar. Michael James Moscow. Nawfal Adam Mungru. Alex Murray. Oz Nabil. Victor No. Satvinder Singh Panesar. Bradley James Parker. Lauren Margaret Patrick with distinction. Benjamin Mark Peachman. Spencer Gregory Primo. Addison James Rayner. Brittany Laura Reiki. Colin Griffith Reinhold. Robert Michael Reckman. Nicholas Romero. Brandon Alexander Razzo. Colin Douglas Wright Sanders. Julie Marie Scott. Eric Rylan Simo. Nathan Edward Sokolowski. Nidhi Bhat Sandhi with distinction. Jonathan Eli Stemeroff. Rachel Elizabeth Stacer with distinction. Andrew Thomas Tabbert. Amandishe Teravinga. Wesley Taylor with distinction. Emma Elsbieta Thompson with distinction. Rebecca Joan Turbett. Jordan Vallis. Alexis Elizabeth Wagner with distinction. Hillary Walsh with distinction. Lauren Mary Ray Ward. Zoe Allison Zimmer with distinction. Please join me in congratulating the recipients.
You guys were great, but I always forget we embarrass the students. Sorry about that. So thank you very much. Next round. Okay, now the BSc, we got to outdo the engineers, okay? So the family, step up here. Okay. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors Program. Zainab Aboud. That's good. Benjamin Baylis. Congratulations. Jordana Manisha Bim Singh. Kevin William Beal. Sharon Birek. Devin Stewart Maxwell Burke with distinction. Judy Chan with distinction. Jeffrey Davidson. Hillary Rose Dawkins with distinction. Colin Stewart Duncan. Eugene Victor Enriquez. Karen Emily Fleesar. Adam Mark Gabara with distinction. Elizabeth Ann Galati with distinction. Catherine Elizabeth Geo. Thomas Christian Hale. Alexander Hinton with distinction. Thomas Andrew Jeffrey with distinction. Edward Sue Kim with distinction. Monica Kulak with distinction. Sarah Law with distinction. Robert Alex Mayo. Rochelle Elizabeth McCauley. Leanne Mezuman with distinction. Andrew L.A. Alexander Murray. Congratulations. John Richard Newell. Mamie Nyarako Obeng. Sophia Mustafa Orki with distinction. Just wait a second. Okay, Mark. Mark Edward W. Rashinsky. Congratulations. Anand Ranjan. Congratulations. Jonathan Matthew Schultz Beach with distinction. Congratulations. Cassandra Lee Short with distinction. Okay. Scott William Simons. Taylor Holden Smith. Amanda Tristan Sproul with distinction. Camille Vinkovic. Michael Ryan Wickens. Tina Yip. Congratulations, Steve. Stephen Young. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that he may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences. Newton Tran. Please join me in congratulating all our recipients.
while we're giving hands, can you please join me in thanking and rewarding Dean Vanelli and Professor Van Heijs for all the reading that they've done today. I'm sure that they will need to take a break from that in a second, so please join me in thanking them. Mr. Chancellor, I would like you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduands not present.
Thank you.
So, you did it. You actually finished. You've got your piece of parchment clasped in your hand, the piece of paper that proves it, and you're good to go. Well, actually, not quite. You've got to sit here and wait and listen to me talk just once more, and I can go on for hours and hours and hours. In fact, you could say that I am the only thing that stands between you and the rest of your lives. But seriously, don't worry, I'm not going to go on for long. I simply want to do 3 things. First, I want you to take a moment and look back. Think about all of the things that you've done here. Think of all of the things you've learned, all the people you've met, all the friends you've made. What would you say was the most fantastic thing that happened to you when you were here? What was the worst thing that happened to you? What was the stupidest thing that you did? I love asking this question because when I ask the questions, I can see the shadows pass across your face that are the memories of those incidences. You smile fondly when I ask about some fantastic thing. You frown when you think about something you didn't like. And there's a definite twinkle in some of your eyes when I ask about the stupidest thing that you've done. But some of you are looking rather sheepish because you think I've been creeping you on Facebook. So why do I do this? It's because those memories are important. Don't ever, ever forget them. Much to the chagrin of the people who profess here, your teachers behind me, I'm sorry to say that it's very unlikely that you're going to remember very much of what you've been taught. In fact, a lot of it may have evaporated already. So if you don't have that intimate knowledge that you were given, what will you carry away from here? Well, I hope that it's much more than a parchment, much more than a string of notes or a series of files. I hope what you carry away from here is what it means to be part of a society, a group, or perhaps, as we would say at the University of Guelph, a herd that cares. Cares about the world around you, cares about the environment around you, and cares about people. I said there were 3 things. The first was to look back, and because you're all now graduates of Guelph and highly, highly intelligent, and the parchment to prove it, I bet you're thinking, and the second one is to look forward. Well, it isn't. What I want to do is I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to be involved, to be engaged in the critical, social, political, and humanitarian issues that face this world. I want you to work tirelessly for tolerance and understanding. When you see intolerance or people failing to understand, don't be angry. Just turn round and use the skills that you have learned here to stamp out injustice, to fight for those people who cannot, to speak for those individuals who have lost their voice, and above all, to care. Care for the people and this planet around you. But it's only by caring that you will truly make a difference in this world. And sad to say, of course, we really need you. In a world that is riven by injustice, that is challenged by dogma, prejudice, and disadvantage, our only hope is you. Do something. Do something. I don't care whether you take on some of the most incredible, challenging issues in the world, or whether perhaps you do something that is even more meaningful, and that is to make a decision right now, today, that for every day for the rest of your life, you will do something that will improve the lives of another person. And how do you do that? It's really simple. Did you know that there's a fascinating trait among humans that exists only for human beings? And that is that if you smile at somebody and continue to smile at them, no matter how angry or upset, how miserable or depressed, grumpy or sad, they cannot help but smile back. And when they smile back at you, you change their lives and your own in ways that you'll never be able to understand. So find ways to include people of all ages and stages, all genders and races, in everything that we do to make this a better planet. So, take your parchment. Take the values and ideals that you have learned here. Most especially, take the friendships that you have formed. And get out of here. So the third thing. The third thing is a favor. And that is that I like a selfie with you. I'd like a selfie with you because you represent the future. And I'd like to know that I've had a small part, and the University of Guelph has had a small part in yours and the rest of the world's future. Thank you. Following convocation, the Dean and the Director have made arrangements for a reception in the atrium of the Science Complex. I really hope that you'll take the time to attend and to congratulate each other and thank family and friends. Remember to take lots of pictures. They are part of those memories too. And if, as you will, I hope do, come back to the university as alumni at Alumni Weekend or any other time, you'll come back armed with pictures of today. In about a couple of weeks' time, we have Alumni Weekend, and we will have people coming back celebrating 1, 10, 25, 50, even this year, some 60-year celebrants from the day they graduated. And all of them bring out their photographs and say, "You haven't changed a bit." Those memories are important too. So take lots of pictures. Remember, though, before you leave today to return your gowns, you may either return them to the tent behind us here, or in fact, the Science Complex atrium. And then I have one other favor to ask you. Well, actually, it's an imperative and an instruction for your own good, because we're doing 20 of these ceremonies this week, and that means there's an absolute mass of people waiting outside the hall in that direction to come in for the next version of this. It's our version of Disney. But the thing is that these people are very anxious to get in here. So if you linger in the hall, or you try to exit that way, you might get crushed by the tsunami of people coming in. So after the procession has left the stage, would you please exit by the doors on either side here? And then we know that you will be part of that future. I celebrate and salute your successes, and I wish you every success in the future. Thank you.
Convocation is dismissed.